Yeah, yes, we're live.
All right. All right. All right. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. How you all doing? How you all doing? October is almost ending, and I don't know how you feel about the month, but I have no words actually. But yeah, it's been a good month actually. And today's 29th October, and it's 8:06 p.m. So today we'll be talking about airdrops, crypto airdrops. I mean, Notcoin was like the game changer, and I'm sure a lot of people regretted not doing Notcoin. You have been seeing people tapping their screens, and I'm sure you have also, in one way or the other, you are, I don't know if to say guilty or not guilty, but I'm sure you have been in this. So we decided to, hold this class. Let's talk about airdrops, types of airdrops. I got to know that there is snapshots, there are different types of airdrops, and you need to understand how to claim them, you need to know your way around them. Some people are having issues actually, and some people have lost money, and it's free money actually, right? So we brought a seasoned airdrop hunter. When I met him, he told me he's a dedicated e-beggar. I said, please, we will not be able to say that kind of portfolio. Yeah, a big man, but he is an airdrop hunter, right? So today we're talking about airdrops. What are crypto airdrops? What do you need to know? So bring your questions on board, type them in the comment section, and we are sure that by the end of the session, you should have a good understanding of what you are actually doing. And to be very honest, yes, most people have been onboarded into the Web3 space because of airdrops. Yes. So I don't think you're going to be an exception. That if you want to get into the Web3 space. So I'd implore you to, get your phones ready. If you're using a PC if you have a PC with you, yeah, that'll be fine. So as he's doing the practical with his phone and you're watching with your phone, you can, use your laptop to connect. And so we're going to start the class right now. So today we have Young Bob, right? So I'll give him the opportunity to introduce himself and then we'll take the ball rolling. Thank you very much, Mr. Indian, for accepting our invite. We really appreciate it. We don't take it for granted. My name is Kauti, and I'll be your host for tonight. Mr. Indian, the floor is yours, sir.
Thank you so very much. I hope I'm audible.
Oh, yeah, you are.
Yeah, GM, everyone on the call, and
Same
special
here.
special greetings to Victoria, the founder of Valucop Global, and of course, Calcia Medium, the operations lead, and Victor Ephraim,
Yeah,
my
victory frame,
friend
victory frame.
who shared my contact with you. Thank you so very much for the opportunity. It's always a delight whenever I get the platform to share the message. I call it a message because in as much as a little fraction of the world population is um is aware of blockchain, a large percentage of that population is still unaware of the endless possibilities of cryptocurrency and blockchain, decentralized finance as a whole. So it's a pleasure to be here and a great honor for me to be talking about what I love doing at the moment, which is airdrop hunting. I told Cassie I'm a dedicated e-beggar because Stagnet sometime in February called us e-beggar after interacting for over 2 years on the platform. But that's just what you get for doing what you love. So my message today is to help reposition a lot of minds on the prospects and what to do to be eligible. There are three words that would give you uncountable joy in this Web3 space. You are eligible. That three phrase can make a blind man see. It can make the lame walk. It can even make the deaf and dumb to hear and of course speak. So it's a very great pleasure for me. My name is Andy Bob. I've been in the blockchain space. I got onboarded 20, let's say 2019, 2020 from the days of Steemit, where primarily those days you are farming airdrops. Steemit was a social platform where you get to post about your daily life, interact with fellow community members, and of course earn Steemit coins. That was as far as 2019. And
Okay.
even then, for us to earn airdrop tokens, we do used to do some tax. Steemit even incorporated community tax such as sweeping the neighborhoods, cleaning up, those kind of stuff is what onboarded us in 2019, 2020. But I know so many people this year really got into airdrop through Notcoin, like Kelsey earlier reference. And I also want to lay emphasis and recognize the works of previous, speakers on this platform. I learned that Gus Giakman was here and Sammy Sticks was here, my boss, and of course Victor Okodi was also here. And I believe they laid great foundation for which I'll be speaking. I believe they also dealt on the conversations around centralized finance, decentralized finance, and the rest. So it will be very much easy. I had to recognize them because they won't give me the task of, breaking down what DeFi is, what the centralized finance is, what decentralized exchanges are, what centralized exchanges are, and the rest. So I'll just go straight into airdrop hunting. So for you to be a very profitable airdrop hunter, there are tools you must have. I call them tools. One of which is you must have access to electricity. Very important. For us in this part of the world, you must have access to electricity. You must have access to internet, electricity and internet. Then you must have a good Twitter account, with a good following. Let's say for a newbie, 100 to 200 followers. For a start, you should have a Reddit account. You should also have a Medium account, have a Medium account, a Twitter account, a Reddit account, and one other thing, which a lot of people try to undermine, is that you must belong to a community. Yeah, you must belong to a valuable community, and I love what Valucop Global is doing. It's a community. So if you are a newbie or you are just hopping on this space, you should try to join the Valucop community. So having laid emphasis to the various applications and tools you should have, the next thing would be, what are airdrops? Coming from the background of 2020, 2021, airdrops those days used to be, it's still till now, a form of marketing, a very big form of marketing, such that any project that would launch in 2020, 2021 would look at a dropping. For example, Uniswap. Uniswap, if you should be conversant with Uniswap, is a decentralized exchange. That's why I laid emphasis to what Victor and Sammy Sticks did talk about. Uniswap gave about 60% of their tokenomics, as the token sharing formula. They gave 60% of it to the community as airdrop, right? Arbitrum gave about 17%. That was 2022. Optimism in um in 2021 ending, yeah, 2021 ending, gave about 22%. to the community. And airdrops is a very big form of marketing. For example, what blew the Telegram, season and Telegram mini app frenzy was the airdrop from Notcoin. So you see, through Notcoin, I think about 36 million people got onboarded to Telegram. And from statistics, about 55% of that 36 million were Nigerians. So you can see the form of marketing the Notcoin airdrop brought to Telegram. So airdrops airdrops are not free money. Let me try to correct what Kalsi said. Airdrops are not free money. And over the course of my conversation, I would of course prove why airdrops are not free money. For example, Notcoin. For people that did Notcoin, uh, you spent your data, right? You spent your time. You were tapping your screens, doing tasks. Those tasks were your commitment to the project. And like I said, it's a form of marketing. The project, on the other hand, cannot just launch without, distributing. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, 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 I can hear
Hello?
you. Yeah.
Okay, yes, because I thought I lost connection. So, like I said, I was trying to, oh God, I've been cut short on the flow. So let me pick it up. That airdrops are not free money in a way, and like I said, in the course of this conversation, I would explain why they are not free money, right? For I was giving examples to Notcoin. The Notcoin era, people were tapping, even down to dogs, people were tapping, doing different tasks, joining groups, and all those stuff. Those tasks are not, you are using your data, you are using your time, you are using your internet, and of course, you help these projects uh, gain money. Let me give you an example. For Okay, before I get into types of airdrops, but let me just give an example. For retroactive airdrops, what helps projects, get investor backing is the activeness of the community. So take for example, before the Notcoin launched and distributed the airdrops, you go to their Telegram, you see people conversing, you see people chatting. What will make an investor invest money in such a project is when it comes, he sees the community very vibrant, the community is active, participating. Investors love those kind of things and they'll throw in their money there. So it's not a free money, but airdrop is a marketing strategy. Crypto airdrops, they are free distribution of tokens or coins by blockchain projects. So we have types of airdrop. Yeah, there's retroactive airdrop, there's $0 cost airdrop, there's bounty airdrops. Of course, there are testnet airdrops. So I will be laying emphasis to these airdrops, right? So what are retroactive airdrops? For example, I don't know if anyone has heard of the Arbitrum airdrop. Kelsey, have you heard of the Arbitrum airdrop, Optimism airdrop, Zekezing airdrop, or any of these
Yes, I have.
projects that just, yeah. So those projects those projects are retroactive. What makes them retroactive? For example, what qualified me for the Optimism airdrop in 2021 was because I was a frequent Gitcoin donor, right? I used to donate, even till now, I donate to projects, blockchain projects through the Gitcoin donation. Gitcoin is a platform, is a Web3 platform where you can support developers, you can support projects that are building and are out of funds, right? You contribute to them, and in return, if they want to, reward people that contributed to their growth, of course they will drop their a certain percentage of their tokenomics to you as a Gitcoin donor. So what qualified me for optimism was my Gitcoin donation and of course my interactions on the optimism ecosystem, right? Interactions involves things like swapping, and you know what swapping is. So let me give a practical example. Let's say, okay, this is, can you see my screen? Hello?
Yes, I can see your screen.
So I'm trying to load a platform I've been interacting lately on. It's the Jumper project, Jumper Exchange. So this is one of my profiles, one of my wallets. So I want to show you like what swapping would entail. So for example, I want to swap on Jumper from Arbitrum USDC to, let's say, USDT, and I want to make a swap. So if can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so this is me interacting on Jumper. This is me interacting on Jumper through swapping, right? I also show you what bridging entails too. Bridging is also a form of interaction, right? So this now is a retroactive interaction in the sense that I'm using real money. I'm using my money. I'm paying gas fee in real currency. Yeah, as you can see, I'm paying gas fee in real currency. Hence, anytime Jumper would be launching their token, I would be qualified for a certain percentage of their token, right? So this is what makes it
Yeah.
retroactive. So from swapping now, if I want to bridge, Jumper is a decentralized aggregator. You can use it for swapping, you can use it for bridging across about, they have about 25 chains where you can bridge to, and you earn XPs and you earn points that position you for their airdrop. So yeah. So I can say, let's say I want to move from Arbitrum to Optimism using Jumper. There are other bridges I interact with. There's Bongi, there's the bridge, there's um let's say Hyperlane, and there are different bridges you interact with on the retroactive part of it, right? So this is me bridging. So these were the things I did on their optimism ecosystem that also qualified me for the optimism airdrop. I did this on the Zekezing ecosystem as well. I did this on the Arbitrum ecosystem as well. So these are retroactive interactions, and there's no how Jumper would, of course, launch their token that I will not be eligible. Remember when I started the conversation, I said that there are three words that mean the word to an airdrop hunter. You are eligible, right? So so this is just swapping. This is just swapping. There's other forms of interactions which include providing liquidity, right? Providing liquidity. So these ones are for retroactive interactions. They are not really a thing for, let's say, a newbie, right? If you're a newbie, you might not be financially stable to be doing these types of airdrop hunting, right? So I will also go into the different types of airdrops for newbie, right? And I really like the fact that, of course, uh, Notcoin onboarded a lot of persons, followed by dogs, and I know that a lot of persons must have, converted their USDT to naira, and I've used it to solve one or two life challenges and problems. But I'll also be taking us on $0 airdrops. So what are $0 airdrops? $0 airdrops and testnets. These are testnets that like I use a real time money to interact. $0 testnets, you don't use real money. You don't use money, right? You, for example, let me launch one of the projects I'm interacting on. So, for example, you can look at my screen. You will see testnet.app.sunrise. Sunrise is an incentivized testnet ongoing. It's a protocol on the Cosmos ecosystem. So before I go into this incentivized, the $0 testnet, having touched the retroactive interactions, that's airdrop hunting, let me lay emphasis too. Let me lay background to what I believe other speakers must have done, which is types of blockchain networks, right? So there are different types of blockchain networks. For example, um, this scroll network, there are different types of blockchain networks, and there are layer one blockchain networks, there are layer two blockchain networks, and currently we've seen series of projects building on top of layer two networks, which makes them layer three networks. Layer one networks are fundamental networks, like they are protocols where other projects can build on, right? For example, Ethereum is a layer one blockchain. Cosmos ecosystem is a layer one blockchain. Bitcoin itself is a layer one blockchain. We have Venom ecosystem as a layer one blockchain. We have BNB as a layer one blockchain, right? We also have Aptos as a layer one blockchain. We have Sui ecosystem, yeah, Sui ecosystem. Few days ago, the ecosystem onboarded more millionaires through one of their airdrops. So Sui ecosystem is a layer one blockchain. So a layer two blockchain is what's being displayed on my screen right now. As you can see, this is Scroll, this is Mode, this is Polygon, this is Gravity Chain, this is Arbitrum Chain, this is Optimism Chain, this is Tyco Chain, this is Avalanche, and 22 others. All these all these networks are layer two blockchains. Why are they layer two blockchains? They are built on top of the ecosystem, on top of the Ethereum network uh, blockchain. Remember, Ethereum is a layer one blockchain. So back then in 2020, 2021, if you've been in cryptocurrency for long, um, you would agree with me that we had a problem with Ethereum scaling, right? The gas fees on Ethereum network was too high. The transactions took so much time to process. And of course, even when it takes a lot of time, it can still fail. Imagine those days I used to pay like $55 to swap. That transaction you saw me confirm with $0.02 on Arbitrum ecosystem would back then in 2021 cost me about 40 something to 50 something dollar, depending on the network congestion at that time. So developers and thinkers across the world thought of how do we scale Ethereum. So in scaling Ethereum, that brought about layer two blockchain networks, which we now have Arbitrum, Base, Blast, Avalanche, Polygon, Scroll, Optimism, Linear, Zkzin. All these are layer two blockchains. All these you are seeing are layer two blockchains, aside to Bitcoin and Solana. Remember, this protocol is Jumper. It's a decentralized aggregator where you can move around different ecosystems and different protocols. So having established the types of okay, let me also take us to the Cosmos ecosystem, for example. So for for layer one and layer two blockchains, let's say for Ethereum ecosystem comprising of Ethereum itself and the layer twos building on it, you will need a wallet to farm airdrops, right? And depending on the ecosystem, the airdrop is dependent on the ecosystem. For example, if you are farming testnets and protocols on the Ethereum network, you will need a MetaMask. This is it. This is a MetaMask. You would need a MetaMask or a Rabi wallet or an OKX wallet. All of them are EVM compatible. What is EVM? Ethereum Virtual Machine. So, in the sense that you can import your MetaMask into Rabi and it will still work. You can also import your Rabi into OKX and it will still work. So that's an Ethereum virtual machine, EVM compatible. So once you come across something and they say it's an EVM compatible protocol or it's an EVM compatible wallet, that's what it means. That you can use it across different blockchain networks on the Ethereum ecosystem. So now going to going to the Cosmos ecosystem. On the Cosmos ecosystem, you either need a Kepler wallet. This is a Kepler wallet. Please, can you see my screen, Kelsey? Am I connected?
It's blank for now. Okay, yeah.
It's oh.
I'm
So
seeing the
you
extension aspect.
okay, yeah. So I'm trying to outline the different wallets for the different ecosystems. So this is the Kepler wallet for the Cosmos ecosystem. Is either you use a Kepler wallet or a Leap wallet. Let me see if I still have my Leap wallet. Okay, it's not here, but it's not on this particular profile. So most times for me, I'm very comfortable with Kepler wallet, right? When interacting across the Cosmos ecosystem. So for the Solana ecosystem, yeah, we've heard of Solana so much because of degens and every other thing. So on the Solana ecosystem, you will need a Souffle wallet, you will need a Phantom wallet, and you can also go with a Nightly or a Backpack wallet. That's for the Solana ecosystem. Please, are you with me? I'd like to have some feedback.
Yes, I'm following.
Yeah. So then across the Sui ecosystem, you can go with your Sui wallet, can also go with the Razor wallet or the Nightly wallet, right? So that's for the Sui ecosystem. That's for the Sui ecosystem. So having established that, let me proceed to um $0 testnet. Yeah, because I think I have highlighted the retroactive interaction, the retroactive airdrop hunting. So let's go to the $0 cost testnets and interactions. So for example, this is the Sunrise project, and I think this project is still very much on, and I would of course share the link to it with Kelsey, and she can of course share it to the Valucop community. So we also have the movement um, testnet ongoing. The movement testnet ongoing that will be ending in I think on the 31st of October. So for $0 testnet, this is what I like doing for $0 testnet. I don't just farm any $0 testnet I see, right? You must be sure that there will be airdrops for your interactions. So this is always the word I look out for when I'm farming a $0 airdrop. When I see $0 airdrop that is incentivized, when the project outlines in its white paper that it is incentivized, that means you are certain that whatsoever you are doing, you will be rewarded, right? For example, the Tyco testnet, although it has launched, that started few I think about 8 months ago. That was when we started the interactions on it. We were interacting consistently. They upgraded to different phases of their testnet and eventually their mainnet. And they rewarded us, right? Because it was incentivized right from beginning. Just like the movement testnet. Earlier in September, when they started the testnet, the founder said doing 15% of the tax, that's across, if you can see my screen, across these five guilds, doing 15% of this tax across them would make you eligible for the least reward, right? So this is an incentivized testnet. Sunrise is an incentivized testnet. Ellis is an incentivized testnet. Sonic Labs is an incentivized testnet. Stonium is an incentivized testnet. Zod is an incentivized testnet. Co-inscription is an incentivized testnet, right? There are a lot of incentivized testnets, and one easy platform I use to, know incentivized testnet is CoinList. If you can see my screen, I would just like to type out the website for you. So this is it, CoinList. This is CoinList, coinlist.co. I don't know if the applications are still open to Nigerians, but you can use a VPN to access the site because the site blocks access via Nigerian networks. So you can use a VPN for it. So CoinList, once you go on CoinList, let me try logging in to the site to show you how I get access to incentivized testnets and how I get the information on them, right? So while waiting for that to load, let me run us through the Sunrise testnet. So for example, I load my Sunrise testnet, incentivized testnet, and I'm interacting on it. I'm waiting for the website to load. So I come to, after connecting, you first connect your wallet, right? You connect your Cosmos wallet and connect your Ethereum wallet to it. You go to the faucet tab and you claim your faucet. Oh, okay. I think I've already done my daily transaction for today. But after claiming my faucet, for example, I successfully claimed the faucet. I'll come to swap and come to swap. Let me just play around here for the benefit of people on the call. Um, Normally they always give ten sunrise tokens per faucet. So what's the difference between an incentivized testnet, that's a $0 testnet, and a retroactive testnet? You see, for me to do this interaction, I had to come to faucet to claim my faucet, right? Whereas while interacting on Jumper, I had to use real funds to do those interactions. But here I had to first claim faucet to enable me carry on my transactions. Are you with me? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here with you.
Okay, so I read from swaps, liquidity pool. So when adding liquidity to a protocol, whether it's retroactive or it's $0, which is incentivized, this is how to add your liquidity. For example, liquidity would involve you two adding a pair of assets. It could be USDC with ETH, it could be USDC with USDT, it could be, if you are operating within the Cosmos ecosystem, it could be Atom and USDC, it could be Osmo and USDC. If you are operating within the Ethereum ecosystem, it could be ETH and USDC, ETH and USDT. Also, if you are interacting within the Solana ecosystem, it could be Solana USDC, Solana USDT, or as the protocol may deem fit. So for the Sunrise ecosystem, having ensured that we had, swap our assets to swap the Sunrise to any of the assets we wanted, you approach the liquidity pool section and you can see different pairs like I earlier mentioned. There's Atom stroke Rise, there's Rise stroke USDC, Rise USDT, USDT, USDC, and other protocols, other assets for us to add the liquidity to. So Rise stroke USDC, liquidity pair. That's the liquidity pair I'll be adding liquidity to. Are you with me? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh. So I'm adding liquidity to the Rise USDC pair, and this is it. I approve my transaction, waiting for my wallet to pop up, and I approve it. So this is the same way you add liquidity if you were to provide liquidity on a retroactive platform, right? If you were to provide liquidity on a retroactive platform, this is just the same way. You will approve, add your liquidity, it will show you that you've successfully created a position. For example, these are my positions since the beginning of the testnet, right? These are my positions. So another task to do on Sunrise is that once you add your liquidity, you have to, of course, decrease the liquidity, and you do these things daily. You do them daily. So I'm approving my transaction now, and I confirm it. So it will definitely go through. So this is just how to play around the Sunrise um testnet, incentivized testnet. So this is where you can check if you've done your complete task for the day. It's always 20 hours. Your points will refresh every 20 hours. And the tasks to do, you claim your rights, you engage in swap, add liquidity, decrease liquidity. So that's it for the sunrise. I can also load up a Alice testnet, incentivized testnet. Remember what I said, that don't just rush onto projects. Do your due diligence. Try to read the project white paper and understand if their testnet is incentivized, right? Because no project would 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 publish an incentivized testnet and at the end of the day fail to deliver on their airdrop. So most of the disappointments we get is when we just see a protocol and we jump on it, right? Once you jump on it, you might be used. People, yeah, you might call it being used, but the protocol will say that you interacted on them for free and you were, contributing to decentralization, as they would most likely say. But when a project outlines that it is incentivized, you are definitely certain of having rewards for the work you do. So there are also snapshot stroke bounty airdrops. So which protocols do you find these kinds of airdrops? You find them on layer 3. For example, yeah, this is layer 3. I'm loading up the layer 3 project. You find them on layer 3. You can find them too on Interact. Trying to load up my Interact. No. Okay, let me load it up from. Okay, so this is coin list. Let me try to, before I go into the layer 3 platform for finding bounties and you know snapshot related tasks we can aim. Um, Let me just give us a run through the coin list background and how I find incentivized testnets to do. And so, are you with me? I'm trying to get my authenticator.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, so I'm logging into where's my coin store authenticator. Okay, so this is it. So I'm gaining access to the coin list where I would show you how to figure out incentivized testnets. So this is what the home looks like. As you can see, remember earlier on I talked about movement testnet, that it is incentivized. So this is it. You can see testnets and rewards. So if you get you can register a CoinList account and verify your KYC. You see things like this. This is a movement testnet. This is Plateau, right? This is other testnets. You can, if you click on view all, you can see Rivals incentivized testnet, Massa incentivized testnet. There are so many, and if you subscribe to their email updates, you will also be getting this incentivized testnet for free. Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, so this is the CoinList platform, and you can register yourself to get these updates. So away from that, let's go to the layer 3 platform where we find bounty and on-chain tax, right? I Before their airdrop, this was my go-to platform, right? Because it did really help me interact across different projects, different ecosystems, honestly. Layer 3 is a platform to go if you are looking for how to navigate around different ecosystems in Web3, different blockchain ecosystems. So once you get on the layer 3 platform, you log in your wallet like the process I just did. You sign your transaction to authenticate the ownership of the wallet. The next you do, you go to the right hand side of your screen. You will see you will see you see this um you see this part. If you are following my mouse, you see recommended in progress, races, campaigns, ecosystems, collections. So if I click on campaigns, remember I'm showing us bounties and snapshots. So so once I get on campaigns, I can see live campaigns. I can see live campaigns. So there's on-chain summer, there's supercharge OP, there's cosmic battle and the like. Super seed, testnets, there's blast. These are different campaigns ongoing. Which let me say for example, let me click on the super chain campaign. You can see, look at once I if I click on the eligibility rules, you'll see price is 60,000. Optimism will be directly distributed via Quest. Remember, we are on bounties and snapshot, and this is your go-to application if you are a Web3 user and you want to, you know, be interacting via bounties on-chain, via bounties. So you can get on Web3, look out for projects that you would interact with, and they will eventually give you money at the end of those campaigns. You can also use layer 3 to interact across different ecosystems. For example, the base ecosystem, Optimism, Ethereum, Celo, Blast, Linear, Tyco, Fractal, Avalanche, Zora, Zeta Chain. These are so many ecosystems that you can use layer 3 platform to interact with.
Hello, are you here?
Hello, I can hear you. Are you with me?
Okay, okay. Yes, I am. But I have a question. No.
Okay. What's the
Yeah.
question?
So what? Yeah. What did you actually type to get to this interface? Because I'm trying to like type it on my own system here. This layer
Okay,
three. Oh,
yeah. Just go to the right part of your screen. You see
okay.
you see things like daily offers, races, campaigns, ecosystem.
I'm not even on the site yet to like on this
Wait,
particular site.
okay, if you want to access the website,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
type app.layer3.xyz, yeah, dot quest. Look at my screen, you will see the link. You see the link. And And in Web3, let me give an advice to everyone. Please don't search up protocols from Google. Don't search up protocols from Google. You know, I was one of my friends was once hacked from Google through this this phishing links guys. They can always up their games in terms of security. So don't search up
Hi, can see you. Well, the man has actually gone off. Let me try to get him back.
hello.
I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't even notice. I lost my internet. So we've talked about retroactive airdrops. We've talked about um $0 incentivized airdrop. We've also touched the bounty part of airdrop. And I was saying something before my internet disconnected that in crypto you don't trust, you verify. So even if your friend sends you a link to claim an airdrop to interact, you first verify. Go on Twitter, go on Reddit, search up the project, try to do a little of your own research, DYOR, do your own research before you go ahead to connect your wallet. Remember, once you connect wallet and you sign a transaction, there is every probability that your wallet is gone, is compromised. So don't trust but verify. So another incentivized protocol, incentivized testnet is the early testnet, right? I'll share most of these links with Kelsey to onboard it to the community as well. And how do you find these opportunities, these airdrop opportunities? I highlighted coin list as an example where I showed you how to get incentivized testnets, because I always advise people coming into crypto. I've never used my money outside of crypto to buy a token. From 2020 till now, my funds are basically from crypto. So I cannot carry money from, let's say, another business or another stuff to come and buy crypto. Crypto gives me the money instead to go and buy other stuffs and invest in other places. So that's how it works for me. So if you are just a newbie, get on incentivized testnets. Do GameFi. I have a friend that runs a GameFi community Of course, I can get her to share me links to incentivize GameFi projects that of course I can of course forward to the community. So there are different areas. There's DeFi, there's RWA, there's GameFi, and for GameFi is example of Notcoin and the rest. Those mini apps you guys they that onboarded about 36 million people to Telegram. That was GameFi for you. There's DeFi. DeFi was what I did with Jumper, and I showed you also with Sunrise. That was DeFi. GameFi, I don't really do GameFi on this particular PC, right? There's also RWA, that's real world assets tokenization. This is a new narrative within the blockchain space that has to do with tokenizing real world assets. For example, gold, estates, and the rest are now tradable on blockchain. They are tradable as tokens on blockchain through the concept of real world assets. And there are protocols that are on testnets. Example of such protocol is Plume, right? Plume. I will do the honor of
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. So sorry, my PC went off, just went off now, and I'm working from my phone now. So just let me know when you can see my screen. Can you all see my screen?
Yeah, I can.
Sorry. So I was talking about real world assets tokenization. So for example, the Plume project, it's in its testnet form, and it's an incentivized testnet. So the Plume testnet, it's typically, the network as a whole is typically onboarding real world assets into Web3, into blockchain. So on their testnet, you get to book hotel rooms, you get to buy gold, though on the testnet platform, but it helps you interact with these things before they come to mainnet. So participating in airdrops, so having been able to identify these various types of airdrops, understand what are airdrops, and how to find these opportunities. Participating in them is very simple, right? For example, like the Plume testnet I talked about. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm hearing you, sir.
Yeah. So like the Plume testnet I talked about, the Sunrise testnet I highlighted earlier on. How this one is by, having the needed wallets to interact on such platform. For example, for Sunrise, you will need a MetaMask wallet and a Kepler wallet. So interacting on Alice, you will need a Kepler wallet. Interacting on Plume, you will need a MetaMask or a Rabi wallet or an OKX wallet. Interacting on Movement, you will need an EVM wallet, a Razor wallet, and your Geld account, right? Okay, so Gals is also another platform where you can find bounties. It's also similar to layer 3 and Intract. Gals, GALXE. So it's a similar platform where communities post their bounties and people interact with it to earn rewards as well. So these are ways we can participate in these airdrops. So I don't know why my device is not responding, but can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes, I can. Yeah. Can you also see my screen?
No. Okay, yeah, yeah,
No.
yes, yes.
Okay, yeah. My, uh, my, my system, my entire device is hanging. So we'll go to claiming airdrop tokens, right? I wish I had the opportunity or there's any airdrop claiming happening anytime soon. But most times to claim an airdrop is where people eventually get hacked, right? Is where people get hacked and get their wallets compromised. Why is this possible? For example, if you interacted with, let's say, Scroll that launched last week, the layer 2 platform that was scaling Ethereum, Scroll Network, and you are not very, you know, observant. When you go on that cryptocurrency project, you see people try to mimic, copy their logos, try to edit profiles to resemble the project itself. For example, someone might try to mimic the scroll ecosystem, change their profile to Scroll, change their name, their Twitter username to
Okay,
Hello?
yeah, here. Yeah, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, please, I have to. The Nigerian network has once again proven why I'm in Nigeria. I apologize
No
for
problem.
the inconsistencies. So, and sorry that I think I'll just. Uh, Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, so I was able to. We've been able to, talk about airdrops, the types of airdrops, the $0 airdrops, the retroactive airdrops, bounty airdrops, where to find these airdrops and how to find them. There's one thing to know where to find them, and there's another thing how to identify the ones that will eventually pay. And that's why I made emphasis of the word always look out for incentivized testnets. Don't just jump on any project. Make sure it is incentivized and it is well documented in their white paper or docs or documents that it is incentivized before you go ahead to commit your time and resources to it. So participating in airdrops ensure would require you having a wallet address that is conversant with the ecosystem. And I said that if you are interacting with an Ethereum project, you look at having your Rabi wallet or your MetaMask wallet or your OKX wallet. So if you are interacting with Solana projects, testnets, retroactive, you look at having a Phantom wallet, a Backpack wallet, or a Souffle wallet. If you are looking to interact with Sui network, you must have a Razor wallet, a Nightly wallet, or a Sui wallet itself. If you are looking at interacting across the Cosmos ecosystem, you should have a Kepler wallet or a Leap wallet, whether it is testnet or retroactive or bounties. You must have those wallets that are compatible with the ecosystem. So what is the difference between these ecosystems? Is it's in the programming language that their smart contracts are written in. And I believe previous speakers talked about smart contracts and different programming languages on which smart contracts can be written on. For example, the Ethereum ecosystem works with Solidity, right? Solidity is used to in writing their smart contracts. For the Cosmos ecosystem, you use the Rust programming language for smart contract development. For Sui, Aptos, and Movement, you use the Move language for smart contract development. So this smart contracts is like the foundation on which the apps. Once again, I will believe former other speakers have talked about the apps, right? The apps, decentralized applications. They are the foundation to which these the apps are built on, these ecosystems. For example, interacting on Jumper. Jumper is EVM compatible majorly, although it's an aggregator where you can swap and bridge, but most of its protocols, most of its ecosystems where you can interact with it are EVM compatible. So it's Solidity based, right? We also have Jupiter Exchange on the Solana ecosystem, and it's a different smart contract over there, right? And and Jupiter is built on that smart contract. So these smart contracts enable the deployment of decentralized applications on this ecosystem. So you must be conversant with the ecosystem, the wallets that are used within that ecosystem, and With these tools, the wallets and being knowledgeable, you'll be able to interact across those ecosystems and also have a Twitter account. Because for example, the bounty tax on layer 3, on GAUX, on Zilli, on Interact, most times will demand you liking and retweeting, right? So you must, that's why I talked about having a Twitter account as one of the tools you need to be a successful hunter. Personally, for me, I think I have about 4 Twitter accounts, right? I have two main Twitter accounts and two other Twitter accounts, right? So I have Discord. You must have a Discord account, right? You must have Discord account. You must have a Reddit account. And if you are a bounty hunter, you should also have a YouTube account because there are some, YouTube is easy. With your email, you can get those stuff. So claiming airdrop tokens, that was where I was. But I just had to backtrack to participating in airdrops and also building a foundation so that the users on this call and people that will get to listen to the conversations we've had here would also find knowledge in it. So claiming airdrop tokens, I talked about security, right? In crypto, we say not your keys, not your money, right? So you must be security conscious. You don't just trust in Web3. You don't trust anybody. You you verify. You try to verify. Do the basics. That basics involves going on Twitter. You see an information and they say so 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 claiming is live. Click here. That's how they get to people. That's how people are being hacked. So what do you do when you see such message? You run to Twitter. You search the project. Just by searching the project, you most likely see influencers talking about that airdrop if it is happening there, or you can just do some scrolling through the project's Twitter. You will confirm and you see that you save yourself one, the disappointment of either being hacked by a phishing link, right? Because the more we are trying to be aware of these things, the more these hackers are getting wiser. And also, even on Discord, people are being hacked now on their Discord messages. So that's why you can get on Discord and you see a link in a text, and if you are not careful, you click on it and they gain access to your PC. That's how I was hacked in 2022 back then, and I lost more than $50,000 just because I did not know that the hackers had upgraded to this form of hacking, right? So I think that's one experience that really made me believe the phrase do not trust but verify. It used to be a guy, I used to work with on on a project then. I was like, check this, download this application, check out this software and get back to me. I didn't know that it was hacked. So I just it's someone I've been working with for a while now. That's why I downloaded it to my main system and I got hacked. So don't trust but verify. So that's what will help you during the claiming, because there's always a rush to be the first to claim, to be the first to sell. In that process, you can be hacked. And also in claiming airdrops, I think one other thing is you must know the network with which you will be claiming the airdrop with. For example, few days ago, I think about 2 days ago, abi yesterday, Grass launch. Yeah, Grass is a project, a deepin project. Yeah, so a decentralized infrastructure network. I think so. Private infrastructure network where you get to share your computer resources. right? Your space, your RAM space with a project, and you get to be paid. So grass is an example of that project, and they launch. And many people that did it came asking for, gas fee. So many of them didn't even know the ecosystem it launched. So try to also know the ecosystem you are farming. For example, if you are farming a project on Solana ecosystem and it reaches the time for you to claim, you would most definitely need a Solana token, even if it's $2 in minimum, to be able to claim and send it out to sell, right? If you are interacting within the Ethereum ecosystem, you would most definitely need an Ethereum token, ETH, to be able to claim, swap, and sell, right? So if you are interacting within the Cosmos ecosystem, you might definitely need an Osmo token or an Atom. Yeah, for Cosmos, their governance token is Atom. Most likely Atom or Osmo. You need either of those tokens to claim and sell. So that's the same thing across. For SUI, you need a SUI token to claim and sell. And that's how it will go across various ecosystems you are interacting with. If you are interacting with an L2, a layer 2 network, you need ETH token on that chain to be able to interact with that project. So I believe I've expanded and covered most part of airdrop farming, cryptocurrency airdrops explained, and I've done justice to types of blockchain networks, layer one, layer two, layer three, types of airdrops, the incentivized testnets, retroactive airdrops, and of course bounties, right? I've also done uh, given a background to how to find these airdrop opportunities, participating in airdrops, and claiming airdrop tokens. So also on how to find airdrop opportunities, belonging to a community would also help, right? Community of like minds where you guys get to, share updates together. And following the right influencers too would also help you in the search for alphas, in the search for the next farm. For me, that my major airdrop hunting is around retroactive. I know the influencers I follow. So these and many more will of course help you in the journey to be an incredible airdrop hunter. So once again, I thank the director of the Valucop Global, community, and of course Kelsey, who is the operations lead, for the opportunity to have this conversation. And I look forward to responding to questions, and of course sharing those links with the community as well. So thank you so very much. I'll be looking forward to questions.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Angel. I really appreciate personally and from the Valucop team, we are saying thank you. Right, so I actually was following like as we're talking about, especially okay, I got to the site where you mentioned the app.layer3.xyz. So I'm there. So you said that's like the site where you can find snapshot airdrops, right?
Yeah, that's the side.
Okay.
You connect your wallet and sign the
Okay.
transaction to authenticate that you are the owner of the wallet. Then
Um,
you go to the right hand side of your screen, you see stuff like campaigns, ecosystems, and the rest. You can also make use of this the other platform I talked about, GALX,
Yeah, I'm actually
GALZE.
there too. Yes, I'm there.
Okay. You also need to sign up on GALX, confirm your ownership. You also go to settings on GALX. When you are the settings, you add your social accounts, your Discord, your Twitter. You can also um, um, link your wallet as well, right? So for the movement, I wish my device didn't go off. I would have done a rundown on the movement testnet because it's ending in on the 31st midnight, and it will be incentivized, and less than, I think less than, just about, let's say 70% of people interacting there have done the minimum, which is 10% of the the tax, whereas the top about 5 to 6, let's say 5 to 10% from the last statistics I saw have done, let's say 70% and above of the tax. So it's something I would like, newbies to get positioned on and see how they can, you know, get resources. Because the thing is, once you make money from for people that got to converse with me during the mini app frenzy, the Notcoin and the rest, I told them, when you make money from the $0, you try to stabilize yourself with the retroactive airdrops, because the retroactive airdrops will always come, right? But when you make this money from in testnets, try to get on board incentivized testnets. You buy ETH, you try to stake. If you're a lazy person like me, you can stake, across the Cosmos ecosystem, and know that anything that comes, you definitely eat as an Osmo or Atom staker or a Tier staker. You will definitely be always be eligible for airdrops to anything that comes into Cosmos. So if you are a super chain user, you interact across the five major super chain ecosystems, you definitely know that anything that comes to super chain, you always repeat. So once people make money from testnets, that's $0, and these mini apps, I tell them, try to diversify your portfolio, and go across different ecosystems, stake, provide liquidity. You just might not know one smart contract you trigger that will make you eligible. For example, earlier this month, Optimism shared did their Optimism 5 airdrop, and the only thing that qualified me was that I was a super chain user, right? And I got a, a decent something to use and hold myself. Decent something. So that's just the thing.
All right. Thank you very much. So at this point, okay. Let me check if we have questions on the comment section. Check if we have questions, and I haven't seen any. So I'm hoping that anybody that watches this, you can always leave your question in our community, um, on our social media handle. or even at the comment here, and then we actually look into it. Right. So I hope you actually understand. So you can move from $0 airdrops to retroactive to incentivize testing and yeah, elevate your finances from there. So thank you, Mr. NGO, for this session. Thank you so much. And to every listener out there, remember to look at the project again. Like when you see an airdrop is out or like a link is out, check them, check if they are legit. You can read more about them, Google and do your own research, like you said. Yes, so at this point we want to say thank you for coming on board. Thank you for sharing this piece of information with us because people this thing you just said about claiming your people, most people don't know about it. So I hope that most of them are actually on this call. So from all of us at Valucop, we're saying thank you, Mr. Angel. Thank you guys, audience, for like joining, for listening. Um Victory Praise, you're not here, but I want to give you this accolade. Thank you for helping me reach out to the speaker. I really appreciate. And we hope to see you in our next class, which should be okay. The next class will be communicated on our socials. So we're taking this series step by step, starting with introduction to cryptocurrency. We talk about we talk about wallets and exchanges and basics of trading using centralized and decentralized exchanges. And now we're talking about wallets. We're talking about airdrops. So it's going to be like a stepwise, class. So thank you for joining. Thank you, Mr. Adrian. With that saying, bye, good night, and see you in the next class. Bye, guys.